In the heart of a seemingly tranquil town, where whispers travel faster than the autumn breeze, lies a story so chilling it could unravel the very fabric of trust. Beneath the facade of happy families and bustling schoolyards, a sinister secret simmered, one that would ultimately lead to a tragedy no one saw coming. Picture a devoted wife, a loving mother, whose only desire was to protect her family, but what she discovered was a dark conspiracy linked to her own son's respected teacher, Robert Palmer. As she dug deeper into the hidden shadows of her community, the lines between friend and foe blurred, and the true danger lurking within her son's school became all too real. Join us as we delve into the haunting tale of Sarah Mitchell, a woman whose search for truth ended in tragedy, revealing a secret so explosive that it threatened to destroy everything she held dear. What happened to Sarah, and what unnerving events led to her untimely death? Stay with us as we uncover the dark truths embedded in this mystery, where nothing is as it seems, and your safest haven could be the most perilous place of all. As the sun rises on the next chapter, we find ourselves in a quaint, picturesque town, a place where time seems to stand still. The main street is lined with charming boutiques and family-owned cafes, each building emanating a warm, inviting glow that draws in locals and visitors alike. This idyllic town, with its perfect facade and friendly smiles, feels like a scene from a vintage postcard. But look a little closer, and you'll see the thin veil of secrecy that hangs over this close-knit community. Behind every door, whispers of untold stories and hidden truths swirl, beckoning those who dare to listen. The local school, a cornerstone of this community, appears unassuming during the day, bustling with the laughter of children and the hum of everyday school life. Yet when the hall's empty and the sun dips below the horizon, it holds within its walls the echoes of darker secrets. The cozy town square, with its iconic clock tower standing tall against the sky, becomes the meeting point for a web of unseen connections, where glances are exchanged and suspicions quietly mount. It's in this serene, yet mysteriously layered backdrop that Sarah Mitchell found herself entangled in a conspiracy so deep it defied the town's tranquil image. Here, the line between innocence and guilt blurred, setting the stage for a narrative filled with intrigue and devastation, where the most innocent-looking places could harbor the darkest of mysteries. Now turning to the heart of our tale, we introduce Sarah Mitchell, a devoted mother with an unyielding spirit and a heart full of love. Sarah was the kind of woman who could bring warmth to any room with her nurturing presence, her laughter as genuine as the smile that always graced her face. She spent her days caring for her family, her every action driven by an unwavering commitment to their well-being. Her deep connection to her family was evident in the way she cherished every moment with them, always ready with a comforting hug or an encouraging word. Despite her responsibilities, Sarah possessed a keen sense of curiosity, a trait that often found her delving into the mysteries of the world around her. Her inquisitive nature was matched by an innate sense of justice, a combination that made her both a beloved friend and a formidable advocate for what was right. Her relationship with her son was the cornerstone of her life. She reveled in his accomplishments, no matter how small, and encouraged him to explore the world with the same wonder she did. This bond was so profound that when subtle changes in his demeanor began to surface, Sarah's protective instincts were immediately aroused. Her determination to safeguard her son from harm knew no bounds, propelling her into a realm of unknown dangers and shadowy secrets. Friends described her as a lioness in her devotion and a detective in her pursuit of truth. Personal anecdotes from those close to her paint a picture of a woman who, while gentle and kind, possessed an iron will when it came to her family's safety. This perfect blend of warmth and strength made Sarah not only relatable, but also a figure of admiration and empathy, drawing us deeper into her story as her life took a tragic and unexpected turn. As the next challenge unfolds, we meet Mr. Robert Palmer, the seemingly impeccable teacher whose reputation glows brightly within the community. With a smile that could lighten the heaviest of hearts and a charisma that seemed unshakable, Mr. Palmer was admired by many. His polished persona and dedication to his students painted a picture of perfection, making him a figure much revered in the school environment. Known for his engaging lessons and personal touch, he quickly became a favorite among students and parents alike. However, beneath this well-crafted facade lay a darker, more sinister side. Subtle nuances in his behavior and the quiet whispers shared in hushed tones hinted at a complexity few dared to confront. Mr. Palmer's interactions with Sarah's son were always pleasant on the surface, but there was an unmistakable air of peculiarity about them. Often he would extend their conversations beyond regular school matters, occasionally offering unnecessary gifts or private tutoring sessions. Other parents began to share stories of similar unusual gestures, a pattern of behavior that seemed to blur the lines of professionalism and personal connections. While some dismissed these stories as mere rumors, the creeping sense of unease could not be ignored. This duality in his nature, the charming public figure versus the perplexing private encounters, began to sow seeds of doubt within the community. The mounting suspicion surrounding Mr. Palmer was one that cast long shadows in the minds of those who dared to look beyond the surface. Such stories eventually reached Sarah, who found herself scrutinizing every interaction her son had with this teacher, setting off a chain of discovery that would lead her down a dangerous path. With the stakes growing ever higher, Sarah's resolve to protect her family would soon bring her face to face with the chilling realities hiding behind Mr. Palmer's deceiving smile. With the next phase of the journey in sight, subtle signs began to unravel in Sarah's world, entangling her in a web of suspicion and uncertainty. Her son, once an open book of youthful exuberance, started to withdraw into himself. His behavior shifted in small but troubling ways. He seemed more distracted during dinner conversations, often lost in thought with a distant look in his eyes. The little boy who would once eagerly recount every detail of his school day now offered simple, evasive answers, leaving Sarah wondering what had changed. There were also the strange phone calls that began cropping up, unnerving her in the quiet hours of the evening. Each ring would draw her attention like a phantom in the house. When she would pick up, there would often be a click on the other end, as if the caller was unsure of their intentions, or sometimes she would hear nothing but a pause before the line went dead. These calls were sporadic yet persistent, leaving her with a gnawing sense of disquietude. Furthermore, odd coincidences began to pepper their daily lives. Her son mentioned Mr. Palmer more frequently, but not in the usual admiration one would expect for a favorite teacher. Instead, there was an undercurrent of confusion, as though he was wrestling with something unspoken. Then there were the curious messages Sarah found in her son's backpack, written in neat, teacher-like handwriting, urging him to keep certain activities just between them. These occurrences, while seemingly innocuous alone, collectively whispered a narrative of something amiss. And so Sarah, driven by her instincts to protect, began to look beyond the veneer of normalcy. The fear for her son's well-being pushed her to quietly observe, to piece together the murmurings and shadows that hovered around Mr. Palmer like an unwelcome spectre. She grappled with the decision to delve deeper, aware that each step towards the truth could alter their lives irrevocably. Uncertainty lingered, wrapping tightly around her thoughts as she prepared to unravel the mystery that seemed to grow larger with each passing day. As the next challenge unfolds, Sarah found herself slipping further into a role she never anticipated, that of an investigator, driven by a relentless need to understand the troubling signs surrounding her son and his teacher. She set out on a mission to uncover the truth. Her first step was reaching out to other parents discreetly, weaving casual conversations into opportunities to ask subtly probing questions. To her surprise, she discovered she was not alone in her unease. Whispers of similar peculiarities and concerns about Mr. Palmer began to surface, creating a tapestry of shared suspicions that emboldened her resolve. Sarah's quest led her to the local library, a quiet refuge where she spent endless hours poring over school records and town archives. Hidden among the stacks of dusty documents, she stumbled upon unsettling discrepancies in Mr. Palmer's employment history, gaps unexplained by the usual reasons. This discovery added fuel to her growing doubts, nudging her to delve even deeper. Her evenings turned into clandestine excursions to parts of the town she'd never dared to venture alone. In these shadowy corners, she unearthed hushed whispers about Mr. Palmer's past, pieces of a puzzle that painted an ominous picture. With each clue, her paranoia intensified, a constant companion whispering fears into her ear. She could feel the weight of danger lurking around every corner, pressing in on her as she drew nearer to the unsettling truth. Despite the mounting tension and the ever-present threat it posed, Sarah pressed on with unwavering determination. The stakes were too high, and her son's safety was on the line. As she continued to thread these scattered elements into a cohesive story, she knew the moment of revelation loomed closer, promising answers she desperately sought, yet feared all the same. With bated breath, the tension simmered, ready to boil over as the mystery teetered on the brink of exposure. As the sun rises on the next chapter, the once quiet atmosphere takes a sharp turn toward confrontation. Sarah, armed with the evidence she painstakingly pieced together, decides it's time to face Mr. Palmer. Her heart pounds in her chest as she approaches him during a routine parent-teacher meeting, but determination steels her nerves. In a room that feels suddenly claustrophobic, she calmly presents the discrepancies in his employment history and the chilling whispers she's gathered about his past. Mr. Palmer, initially disarming with a polite smile, quickly starts showing cracks in his composed facade. His demeanor shifts subtly, defensive words slipping out as he attempts to deflect her accusations. The tension between them is palpable, an invisible thread stretched taut with each exchange. As Sarah's unwavering gaze meets Mr. Palmer's evasive eyes, she knows she's touched a nerve. Veiled threats pepper their conversation, Mr. Palmer hinting at consequences if she continues pursuing this perilous path. Yet, Sarah stands her ground, her resolve unyielding in the face of intimidation. The conversation crescendos, each argument adding weight to the charged air of the room. The stakes are evident, for her bravery comes at a cost, risking her safety to protect her son and the integrity of her community. Despite the risks, Sarah is driven by an unshakable moral compass, adding intricate layers of suspense to her efforts. The confrontation leaves a silence echoing in its aftermath, both sides knowing that this battle is far from over. It's a pivotal moment that casts long shadows on the unfolding mystery, hinting at the deeper struggles and revelations yet to come. With the next phase of the journey in sight, the tangled web of deceit spun by Mr. Pommer begins to unravel in Sarah's mind. Mr. Pommer, aware that his carefully constructed facade is under threat, skillfully maneuvers to shield his secrets from exposure. His charm, once a tool to win the trust of parents and colleagues, becomes a weapon of misdirection. As whispers of his questionable behavior circulate, he artfully shifts the narrative, painting himself as a victim of baseless rumors. By sowing seeds of doubt and leveraging his respectable position, he deflects scrutiny from his true actions. His interactions with other characters reveal a master of psychological manipulation, adept at turning suspicion back on those who dare question him. Mr. Pommer exploits his influence to create division, isolating Sarah as he fortifies his defenses. He stages incidents to discredit her, subtly suggesting that her relentless pursuit stems from personal vendettas rather than legitimate concerns. As Sarah delves deeper, she uncovers accounts of similar tactics used against others who once stood in her shoes. With each layer peeled back, his dark motivations become clearer, yet his elusive nature makes him an even more chilling adversary. This complex dance of deception envelops the community, forcing Sarah to tread carefully. The stakes surge higher as she realizes the magnitude of the lies woven into the fabric of her world. Now more than ever, the path to truth demands not only courage, but also strategic cunning to outwit a man who will stop at nothing to protect his shadowy secrets. The air is thick with tension as this intricate game of cat and mouse unfolds, leaving everyone on edge as they await the next revelation. As the next chapter unfolds, the air grows heavy with foreboding as Sarah inches closer to the dark truth. A series of cryptic messages begin to flood her consciousness, each more disturbing than the last. They arrive in unexpected ways, slipped under her door, left on a windshield, or even whispered over anonymous phone calls late into the night. Each message pulls her deeper into a web of confusion and fear, like a puzzle with missing pieces. But Sarah, driven by an unyielding determination to protect her son, refuses to back down. Her journey takes her to eerie locations that seem to beckon her with an unseen force, places where shadows seem to dance with unsettling intent. The school, once a haven of learning and safety, now feels like a labyrinth of unknown dangers. Familiar paths become shrouded in mystery, each hallway echoing with the weight of the secrets they hold. On that fateful night, the tension reaches a breaking point. Sarah finds herself in a dimly lit parking lot, her heart racing with the fear and anticipation of what she might uncover. It's here, amid the stifling silence and the cold, biting air, that the culmination of her search confronts her. The shadowy figure of Mr. Pommer, no longer confined to whispers and innuendo, steps into the light. What happens next is a tragic series of events that no one saw coming. In the struggle that ensues, the world seems to move in slow motion, every moment stretching into eternity. The air is pierced by a single, shattering cry, a sound that echoes into the night, leaving a chilling silence in its wake. When the dust settles, The once vibrant and tenacious spirit of Sarah Mitchell lies still. Her passing marks a devastating loss, a chilling reminder of the dangers hidden in plain sight. The shockwaves of her untimely death ripple through the community, leaving them grappling with disbelief and sorrow. This tragic turn of events underscores the perilous journey Sarah embarked on, a journey that ultimately shed light on a darkness she had vowed to fight against, but at the cost of her own life. As the curtain lifts on a new chapter in this harrowing tale, the focus turns to those Sarah left behind. Her husband, devastated but resolute, finds himself sorting through the remnants of her investigation. Each note, each carefully compiled piece of evidence offers a glimpse into the truth Sarah pursued so tenaciously. It is within these pages that a compelling narrative comes to life, a narrative that Sarah was determined to uncover. Her friends, buoyed by a sense of justice and loyalty, join forces, pledging to continue where Sarah left off. The community that once whispered in hushed tones now speaks up, sharing accounts and observations that paint a clearer picture of Mr. Palmer's shadowy dealings. Law enforcement, once skeptical, now takes heed of the mounting evidence. Every testimony, every piece of documentation Sarah painstakingly gathered now serves as a vital link in the chain of truth. As these pieces come together, the once elusive reality of Mr. Palmer's secret becomes unmistakable. The revelation is both shocking and inevitable, illuminating the darkness that Sarah had dared to confront. The emotional weight of this discovery is profound. It is not just the unraveling of a sinister secret, but also a testament to Sarah's unwavering courage. As her story unfolds in the public eye, the need for justice becomes a clarion call. Her untimely end is not in vain. Rather, it galvanizes a community to seek accountability and to ensure that her killer faces the full measure of the law. This pursuit of justice is both a tribute to Sarah's sacrifice and a necessary step to safeguard the innocence of others, a powerful reminder of the courage required to stand against hidden evils. In the end, Sarah's light continues to guide those left in her wake, influencing change and shining hope for a future free from the shadows that claimed her life. As the sun rises on the next chapter, the wheels of justice begin to turn in response to Sarah's unwavering pursuit of truth. The courtrooms echo with the testimonies of those who Sarah's diligence inspired, their voices resonating with the weight of her sacrifice. The legal proceedings unfold, revealing the full extent of Mr. Palmer's deceit and the relentless courage Sarah displayed in her quest. The impact of Sarah's story ripples through the community, igniting a resolve to protect the vulnerable and hold the guilty accountable. Her friends and family, fortified by their shared loss, become formidable advocates for change. The community, once enveloped in quiet whispers, now stands united, their collective voice demanding justice with a passion ignited by Sarah's bravery. As Mr. Palmer's carefully constructed facade crumbles under scrutiny, the truth emerges, casting light on the darkness that claimed Sarah's life. The sentencing, a moment of closure, offers a bittersweet sense of relief to those who championed her cause. In reflecting on the themes of justice and sacrifice, we are reminded that the pursuit of truth may be fraught with peril, but its rewards are profound. Sarah's legacy endures as a guiding light, demonstrating the enduring power of one woman's courage to spark change and inspire a community to rise against hidden wrongs. Her story is not just a cautionary tale, but a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the undeniable impact one life can have in the pursuit of justice. As the chapter closes, Sarah's legacy continues to illuminate the path, ensuring her story will not be forgotten, but rather serve as a beacon of hope and a reminder of the courage it takes to challenge the shadows. Now turning to the conclusion, we reflect on the profound tale that has unfolded, a story where Sarah's quest for truth and justice highlights the realities of living in a world where sinister secrets can exist in plain sight. Her journey serves as a powerful reminder of the hidden dangers that can lurk within seemingly idyllic communities, urging us all to be vigilant and courageous in the face of injustice. Through her determination, we see the immense strength and resilience one person can muster, even when facing peril that threatens to engulf them. As we consider the gravity of these events, we understand the vital importance of staying alert to the shadows that may conceal wrongdoing. Sarah's unwavering bravery and the legacy she leaves behind continue to inspire us to rise against hidden wrongs and protect those who are vulnerable. Her story not only serves as a cautionary tale, but also as a testament to the indomitable human spirit. In closing, we invite you, our viewers, to reflect on this journey and to share your thoughts or experiences. Let us come together to foster a community where courage and vigilance prevail. Stay inspired, stay aware, and join us in turning the tide against injustice. If you found this documentary impactful, we encourage you to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on bringing more truths to light. Thank you for watching, and let us continue this conversation in the comments below.